But then there's also examples of buildings that were built in the 70s and the facades are still there. They're not great thermally, right? But like they still exist,
Somebody's still going in there.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of like, okay, well, if you look at like the overall history of these standards, like they really haven't been around for very long, right? This kind of technology hasn't been in use for that long relative to kind of the age of some buildings that are out there that are still in use. So, I think I think despite that though, like there's kind of this goal of creating like higher performing buildings, right? Going forward, and that the buildings are going to get better and better. And how do you have to rationalize that with test standards? There's no other way to kind of qualify that than through testing. I can give you a simulation that says this is how it will perform, but ultimately, like, your simulation is occurring in like best case conditions, right? Like as we were talking about, like the result of your project is not the result of your engineering. It's the result of your engineering, your production, your installation, the coordination of all of these different parties and trades.
Well, that's the other thing, dude.
Yeah.
Like in curtain wall, even forget operable windows, because operables are tricky to execute, especially in large sizes. And we could probably both point to a lot of areas where we know the leak may occur. But just in a unitized fixed curtain wall, the amount of quality control you're relying on in the field at your chicken head splice joint seal, at every single stack joint location, if they get sloppy or if they don't let the silicone cure properly or they miss a couple and those units are stacked on top, you're never going to get to it again.